to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians tried to escape the horrors of the mists. The troupe awoke to a new day, but found themselves having lost their usual first hour. Shadow Nemesis was haunted by his continual failure to kill Gregernant Mahn. Tyler was temporarily struck thoughtless when he attempted to remove his cursed earring and discovered his new ring would leave him vulnerable in his sleep. Del secretly consulted Lucretia about how to deal with Shadow Nemesis, and a new rogue learned that his new dagger makes him somehow both better and worse at stealth. As they challenged Del's possessiveness over her cookies, Shadow Nemesis was carried off by a giant owl. Will he return, and will Del share her cookies with her friends? I doubt it.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Jesters of Ravenloft. I hope you're all having a great night. I can't quite breathe and swallow at the same time yet. I've been working on that for 38 years, and I'm still trying it live on air.
Nobody can, Ryan.
Wow.
It's not possible. You have to do one or the other.
If you give me enough time, it'll be gross, but I bet
Ryan, you're going to drown. Stop.
That'll be the lesson I learned, but not tonight. I'm going to focus on separating these two activities for the rest of the broadcast. We are very excited to be back. As you can see, Adam McNamara is not with us this week. He is on vacation. We send all of our love to Adam. We hope he's having a wonderful time. We also realized this is the first episode Adam has ever missed. We're 120 plus, I think, at this point. Something ridiculous. And Adam's been here every time, so he is more than deserving of some time off at this point. What an absolute superhero. We're excited to have you here. It is worth mentioning. I'll mention it now, and I'll mention it again at the end if I remember, but we did launch a new podcast this week on top of our other podcasts and all the stuff going on. This new one is called the Nerd News Podcast. It's just popped up, so you may not be able to find it on Spotify or Apple if you're looking for it, but if you search for Nerd News, Del's gone, Nerd News covering, it will pop up for you right away. It's a cool blue logo. It's got my face, Dale's face, and Tom's face from some of our other shows. It's also available on YouTube. It's on Spotify.
Pop
as a
links
video
in
and
chat
an audio
right now.
podcast. Sorry? Oh, you'll drop hot links
I'll
in chat?
share links in chat right now.
Thank you. So it's brand new. If you want to check it out, we're reacting to Agatha all along. We do a weekly roundup of nerdy news and other things that's going on, and we do some deep dives. So it includes a full Silent Hill 2 review. We talked about it the other week. If you want to hear it, Del and I dive deep on that for a good stretch. And we're hoping to do some episodes featuring some other people. Tyler is going to be around and maybe in studio this weekend. So we'll see if we can get him in to talk about some nerdy
Tyler
stuff.
into working.
It's not gonna
He's
feel
here to be
right.
our friend, but secretly all we do is content. But no, that's what's going on there. But we're here to talk about Jesters of Ravenloft. It's time for me to attempt to recap the history of Jesters of Ravenloft up to this episode. Again, we're going to have to storybook a lot of it, but I will make sure that you are as caught up as possible for today's episode. Four comedians, the sketch troupe Wet Change and their stage manager, were sucked out of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival and into Ravenloft, where they discovered they'd been summoned by the god Ezra, the god of the mists, summoned by accident because Ezra needs heroes to defeat Dark Lords inside this realm. Once they have defeated enough Dark Lords, then they and Ezra will be able to escape. Our erstwhile comedians have made their way through the world. They've trained in D&D classes. They've gained magical items that have given them blessings and curses because Ravenloft, it changes you, as one of our season finales has said in the past. Three of them are here today. One of them is not. The first that I will talk about is Del Borovic, who is the stage manager for Wet Change. She has trained as a visual bard. She uses her artistic abilities and the reality blade that lets her carve into the fabric of reality around her to be able to do a selection of really cool magic. She also can talk to ghosts. She always has an invisible wind that touches nothing else, ruffling her hair, and she's got reflective dog's eyes. You know, the light catches them and they do that little reflector thing. She's got those on an ongoing basis. She's also befriended, because all of our heroes have made friends along the way, her new best friend, Rumple Foreskin, who is a horse, a skeleton horse with fire in its heart, named by chat. None of us knew this was going to become a recurring character, which is why we still have Rumple Foreskin after 100 plus episodes. Rumple Foreskin is looking for the rest of their herd, befriending Del, and is very deeply concerned about Del's relationships with the rest of the party. But they care very deeply about Del. Then there is our dear friend MIA, Adam McNamara, who started off as Adam, then became Shadow Nemesis, who has turned into a Saturday morning cartoon villain looking for power, evil, and all other things. He's trained as a barbarian. He also has a symbiote inside him that is fueling him and protecting him and driving him to do things that he can feed by either wasting people's time or eating brains. And man, has he sure ever killed a lot of people to eat their brains. He befriended the Doctor Deputy. He killed the Black Knight in the first realm, took on the mantle of the Black Knight, won over the squires, and the Doctor Deputy was the one that stuck with him through all of that. And unfortunately, he has killed the Doctor Deputy or caused him to be killed several times to the point where the Doctor Deputy is now working for Dell. So Shadow Nemesis is slowly isolating himself from the rest of the party, where even his minion has been like, this guy's a lot. But he was just eaten by an owl. Yeah. Guy Bradford tragically died coming into this, but was reanimated, brought back from the dead. He has spectral ghost limbs from his elbows to his hands, his knees to his feet, and his eyes are all blue, glowing spectral limbs that kill anything he touches, except for a goat given to him by Jack Magnum, his lovely goat friend that he carries around. A squish was given to him. That the real Guy Bradford that he celebrates in the background there. He trained as a cleric of Ezra, dedicating himself to protecting his friends and finding religious enlightenment, determined that if Ezra set him on this path, then Ezra must have some special plan for him. He's got his goat. He's living the best life that he can. Last but not least, I mean, that's Freddy, our dog. He's, one might say, having a night. Freddy has been in the Terrible Twos for 7 years, and we don't think it's going to stop. So that's just...
Oh, Freddy, how could you?
Freddy bit the Ethernet cable
How
out the
could
back
you,
of Ryan's
Fred?
computer.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for
You're
you.
back.
He's back.
I'm back. Yeah, that's just who he is. But Tyler is also here. Tyler trained as a blade singer, meaning he is a wizard that kicks a whole lot of butt right up close, but we have jokingly called him a glass hammer because if he gets hit, he can go down pretty easily because he's wizard frail. He's also green-skinned with long black flowing hair and big horns, hence those on this stream. He's also got a pinky he can remove and reattach that can do magical things. He's also the only one who can speak directly to Ezra. Ezra can speak into his mind. So that's where they've understood what the heck is going on. Our heroes battled their way through several realms. In the first domain, the Dark Lord was eventually defeated by Shadow Nemesis, who thought it was going to be sick to have a robot army and do a bunch of evil, only to discover that each of these domains is secretly a personalized hell for the Dark Lord at the center of it. So he was glad to move on along with the rest of the party. In the second realm, they battled their way through, and in the end, it was a clincher. Shadow Nemesis tried to kill the Dark Lord again. But New Rogue won the race. New Rogue then, trapped in his own personal hell, luckily managed to escape with the rest of the party, where they made their way to this third realm, where, as far as they can tell, it started off as a bit of a Groundhog Day scenario. They discovered that there is a general, a large green orc general with horns, who dies pretty early, and then they've kind of made their way through the realm. They discovered a village. Shadow Nemesis decided Gregernant Mahn, one of the people inside the village, is the Dark Lord of the realm because he kept trying to kill him, and it went really poorly, and he died multiple times. The party split up. They died. Tyler showed up late. Then they made their way to a farm because New Rogue was determined that they could help the local gnome that they had met. They discovered the Talisman of Ultimate Evil, which was immediately claimed by Shadow Nemesis, and then they made their way over to a abandoned monastery of Ezra, where they discovered a Sunblade being held by a villain known as the Huntress, who they defeated. Our party then did what they always do, which is turn on themselves. Shadow Nemesis was ultimately killed by the Doctor Deputy, though he had become a deceased. He became a decapitated head after falling off the roof that had bat ears. The party all kind of rested, reconnected. There's a bit of tension going on between Rumple Foreskin and New Rogue right now, because Rumple Foreskin was scared off by New Rogue's turn undead, which was an unanticipated consequence, but it turns out Rumple, after centuries of being forced to be an evil villain's mount, pretending not to be able to talk, is somewhat troubled by the fact that all religion scares Rumple away. And New Rogue said this was all part of God's plan, which didn't go over great. New Rogue's still thinking on that one, and so's Rumple. The party awoke the next day, discovering that they were starting the day an hour later than they previously had, and they have phantom memories of that first hour. They always started in the woods, went to the village, then went on their quest. Now they're at the edge of the village, and they can somehow remember what happened in that hour, even though it was not an active choice of theirs. At this point, they have a number of magic items that they have identified. New Rogue has a new dagger. Tyler has a ring and an earring. Dell is currently battling over a collection of cookies that were given to her by the Mists, one of which really helped her the day before. Today's was incredibly unlucky, but the rest of the party was worried about what those cookies were and thought perhaps they should be purified. And Dell, I want to be clear, with no mechanical rule saying she had to do this whatsoever, fought the party to the death over it and refused to give them the cookies or let them do any magic. She ate a cookie before giving it to them. It's all been very, very funny, and it's because real world Dell really does love cookies. That's true. We go to the bakery a lot. But Oh yeah, Shadow Nemesis got eaten by a giant owl. That was the last thing at the end of the last episode. So they'd agreed on the cookies. They're outside the town with Gregernant Mahn and a collection of gnomes armed up, looking at them as though they were hostile, and Shadow Nemesis was just eaten by an owl. That's where we left things off.
Great.
Any questions from our players about anything that happened previously that we're not going to explore on air? Are there any continuity questions?
Yeah, where's Adam?
He's on vacation.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Or he's in an owl. Those are the two.
Pick one.
Okay.
He's in a mental prison of his own creation none of us knew he was going to create at the start of the series.
That's awesome.
Oh, crispy Chris.
Waffle stomping his way into our hearts.
That'll make sense if you listen to season 2. Okay.
Take a part of the recap.
I'm not building waffle stomping into this thing.
Fine.
Though having done this enough times, I'm probably 3 weeks away from scripting this to build a more solid rather than clumsily recapped thing for every episode. But
You can't. We just got YouTube comments saying that their favorite part is watching you try to recap 100+ episodes. So one person says you
YouTube comments are binding.
if one stranger says a thing, now I have to. That's why Fire on Friendly secretly gets to decide what happens to this show. Just whoever speaks first.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
First past the post. That's our rule for comments and how we set up our shows.
Yeah, but post not in the way that you think, but in the internet post way.
Firsties.
Yeah.
Correct. Alrighty.
Thanks, Laura.
And
Laura's
with
having
that,
a good time.
it's time for us to return to Ravenloft. A giant owl is speeding into the distance. Shadow Nemesis is gone, and you are left on your mounts with a cookie outstretched in one hand and a Purify Food and Drink scroll in the other, Del. Your friends are beside you. Do any of you want to do anything to try to stop this owl? It has swooped in, grabbed Shadow Nemesis, and it's making its way away, but it's still within, I think, the 120 feet. Some of you have weapons that can do things.
The moment that there is a who, I have both of my hands full. I hit the ground, full belly flop on the ground, just like, no, not again.
Do you dive off of Rumple Foreskin to do that? Or are you...
Yeah, I am completely on the ground.
Yeah. Great. Rumple Foreskin instinctively steps over you, so you have a horse to hide under.
Yeah, I would also reach for my sword to fight the owl, but I assume it comes and goes.
Correct.
And it's just
And I just tuck in with Rumple. I just tuck in with Jack Magnum, in my Bjorn, chest Bjorn, and I just like turtle up while I'm on my mount.
I swapped out a cantrip. I'll fire off of a firebolt. It's got a range of 120 feet. This is going to be another, I think, beam of just like laser red fiery energy generated from the space between my horns and just fires off.
Great. All righty, let's see what happens. Oh, the mists are going to swirl up around you.
Okay.
Can you roll me a d6 as the mists help fuel this attack with fire and fury?
Oh, God.
That's a 5.
Oh, yes. Okay. Very good. Very good.
5. Incredible. You fire off this blast and you manage to perfectly singe a wing. You manage to do some damage, but you are seeing this bird, rather than immediately being completely immolated or smashing into the ground, it's clear that it will land somewhere in the distance. You're not sure where, but this bird will take itself down out of the sky and achieve a landing, rather than, shall we say, some of our previous heroes' adventures of critically almost dying as they crash into the ground, having killed an owl from the inside.
Yeah. 2 for 2. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think after that, just watching it kind of just like, as you would watch like a plane that's been hit, just like that one smoking wing, and it like sort of like warbles and wobbles and starts to descend. And I was like, well, I guess that's the best I can do. How do we all feel about that, folks? Shadow Nemesis just got scooped up by an owl. How are we feeling about that?
I pop back up. Oh, that was Shadow Nemesis that was in the owl?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh.
Is the owl gone?
We're safe
The
now.
owl
No,
is gone.
it's gone.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not great, but
I'm kind of net neutral on this one.
I think I feel sorry for the owl. He's back at full power. That thing doesn't stand a chance.
We can go find them and kill them both.
Why both?
Yeah.
Why not?
No, why though?
I don't know. It seems fun.
Fun to kill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, he's evil, right? So if we kill him, that's good. They say doing good feels good.
I thought you liked being evil.
I do, but this lets me do both.
Oh, okay.
Murder's bad, but this murder's good. I don't know which side that puts me on.
It sounds evil. I will say the way you're thinking you're through it. It sounds evil because it sounds like you have found a loophole to kill people. And you like that.
This is why I'm not in charge. I'm so sorry. I'm going to remove myself from this conversation. Boss, you tell me what to do, and we'll get it done.
Yeah. Great. Well, is Shadow Nemesis' bird, the cockatrice, still here, or did that go in the owl as well?
His cockatrice is still here, just standing. Deathstalker looks into the distance with a spooky helmet on.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll hang on to his bird.
Careful around that thing.
Yeah, it looks angry.
Del, you're the boss, right?
What?
I don't know. It's like between you and Tai. So I defer to you two, but I've had my fill of owls, and I really feel like we've been lagging behind on like getting into the shit. And I feel like forward progression without Shadow Nemesis is good progression.
Okay, what do you propose? Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
Del,
no. I'm. If everyone agrees, then I agree. We'll just power on through.
Yeah.
I mean, I murdered an owl, so I'm pretty sure Shadow Nemesis can murder an owl.
Mm-hmm. I've murdered like 2.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's true. You have. Yeah.
I killed Shadow Nemesis that one time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was great.
So what do we actually want to do moving forwards? Also, I killed Shadow Nemesis, but like whatever. Like, what are we doing moving forwards?
I did also kill him at one point.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I have. Have I?
Oh, it sounds like it might be your turn later. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Wow, I'm actually kind of jealous of you guys. You got to kill Shadow Nemesis.
Well, that's
very mean of me to say. Point. I'm sorry. I take it back.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, what should we try and do next? I mean, there's still some missing stuff from the big battle. We still haven't been able to figure out where it is or see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why are we?
We didn't die
right
last time. We just kind of showed up again.
Yeah. Who was on night watch when I was sleeping?
I was watching.
What happened, Dr. Deputy? Why are we here right now? Why isn't it the later in the day?
Well, from what I remember, I got about halfway through the night or whatever, and then the whole world got torn apart and it ripped my guts out, and then I was here.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I felt like dying, but like not a good one.
Do you know what time it was?
Let me roll the dice for him. It was pretty late.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's just the day. We have the day because it seems like after 4:00 it gets really dark.
Yeah, it seems like we've lost an hour of the morning here. I don't know if that's because we died later or if that just the end of the day takes an hour away.
Or maybe we lose time the more we do this loop.
Yeah, I don't know. Hang on, I want to try to remember something.
Okay.
And Ryan, I know I have these memories from how we spent our first hour of this day. Do I remember Angela in the town? Did our attempt to influence her actions by leaving items and altering items on her person to give her a message to leave, did we see her? Did that work?
Can you roll me a perception? I'll get one from all 3 of you.
I think I am bad at that now. Oh, that's insight. Perception is regular.
17 for me.
7 for me.
19 for me.
19. Tyler and New Rogue, you got the 17, right? Mm-hmm. Tyler and New Rogue, when you look back, you can actually see a woman who looks very much like Angelina standing just behind the line of gnomes with a crossbow.
I'll take out my binoculars. Just make 100% sure. And it's Angelina. It's not Angela. Angelina. Yeah. I want to get a look at her through the binoculars.
It's that lady. As much as you could tell from the blood ghost that you saw, it appears that she is in town.
Then that means she got the note that was left behind for her not to like let anybody into the cabin or something, right?
Yeah. It means that the stuff we take with us, it's missing, which we kind of knew, but now we know that we can do these kinds of things.
We saved a life and Adam's disappeared. This is a great day.
Del, can you roll me an insight?
Yes. Oh, that's much better. That's a 24.
With a 24, I will say you realize there is one other possibility with none of you having talked to her, which is you did remove the talisman of ultimate evil from the farm. So you're not sure if it's the letter being left or if it's that the talisman is not there.
Yeah. And I guess even with that, if I remember, or I can either remember to have done it earlier in the day, or if I do it now, if I tell my ghost story, it was always this dead snake that was there. Would it still be the snake? Is that snake still dead?
Roll me, roll on the chart. Let's see what story you get.
Okay. It is... Yeah, it is D6. I just want to make sure. I did roll a 1 again. It's the clever animal story. It's the same story.
And that morning, you remember Werner popping out and saying, "All right, so there's this little rabbit. Shut up, rabbit. You don't barely speak English. There's this small rabbit. I think it came with us from the previous realm. I don't know where. Maybe it was living in the village. It's very clever. It wants me to tell you. Shut up. This rabbit's so full of itself. It thinks it's like the smartest rabbit of all the rabbits. I don't know. Take its story. Just don't make me talk to the rabbit and again. It's bad."
I have a moment flashing back to that. And then I turn to the boys. I didn't get the snake tail, the snake noise this morning. So that means that the snake that was in the barn, it didn't die. So it might have been not just our message, but the fact that the talisman was gone. So it didn't end up making a zombie snake and it didn't corrupt the area, you know?
Oh, okay. I assume that troll is out there somewhere then, maybe with a different job or something. And probably
Rage the Rock.
Huntress. That's the name of the gorilla demon. That
What?
We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Wait, no, but we killed that troll with Rage the Rock. Nobody.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
What?
No, you were calling him Rage the Rock and just other stuff. We had other stuff going on, but it's kind of calm now. We can tell you Rage the Rock is the name of a gorilla demon that we've never met. Are you sure that's true? Are you guys aren't wrong? I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, that's embarrassing for me.
It's a lot of names. We're living the day over and over again. Weird stuff is happening. It's okay.
Can we go then to someplace like what about those orc thieves? Do you remember the orc thieves? I feel like
there were like some caves or something. Like that was the first day Shadow Nemesis said he'd go check it out, but I don't know. I don't think he did.
We ditched him. I mean,
maybe you want to go look in a cave.
I was going to say we could ask Nicholas Philip Church about it, but I think and I just point at the village. I think he's pretty mad at us. I don't think we need to do the general cover anymore because, as I understand it, I look like this guy, and we were supposed to use that to, get people to like us. And it seems like it's set in stone that the people we were trying to deceive do not like us. So I don't think the general cover is a thing anymore.
Cool.
Well, could any of you use magic to look like somebody else? Like we could go around a corner and then somebody else could go back through the cornfields if that's your thought.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I got a thing.
You do?
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying like you've got options.
Yeah,
No,
good
I know.
point, Rumple. Well, and I mean, this is maybe overcomplicating things, but since we're now we can't affect the first hour, that maybe the more times we do this loop, the less time we get, because like time is passing.
Like time is running out, actually.
Time. Okay, I might have found out that like every day we reset here is a whole month outside of this dimension.
What?
So it's been like 4 months since last time.
What do you mean you might have found that out?
I mean, I did find it out. It didn't seem a good time to bring it up, but I'm telling you now. So ta-da, we can rush more. We did a really good job last month, I guess.
How did you find that out?
Well, I called my girlfriend to say hi, and she was a little upset because she thought I was ignoring her and playing hard to get because it had been a whole month. 2 months or something. 2.5 months? Something like that.
Wow.
So just so you know, I'm just letting you know. Where do you want to go to next? We can just keep going. Yep.
Del.
Yes,
Del.
Yes, new rogue.
Does this mean I'm 4 years old? I mean, 4 months old and 2 weeks? Am I a big boy?
I guess, yeah. I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Look who's mature.
I mean,
Mature.
yeah.
Rated M for mature.
I thought the exact same fucking thing. I can't remember what
Yeah.
commercial that's from, but yeah, there's that one guy who says it like that.
Yeah, that's from my thoughts of video games from the past.
I'm counting that as a pop culture reference. Moving forward.
Congrats, new rogue. Well, I guess we'll keep track if it ends up being a whole year. We can
Okay.
count it.
I don't want to go too fast, though. I want to enjoy my childhood while I still have it.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You okay,
Let's
Tyler?
get going. Well, oh, yeah. Are you okay, bud?
Yeah. Yeah,
wrong?
I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah, that was just surprising, I guess. Just a surprise to learn that.
What part of it?
Front to back, top to bottom, tip to tank, the whole thing there, little buddy.
Oh wow.
Let's find something to get and make the most of this day. We
Okay.
need to gear up still, right? And we're definitely not fighting the Grave Walker shorthanded, so
Right.
we gotta find Shadow Nemesis too.
Yeah.
Where were those caves? Don't even remember.
Yes, I do, because I have a good memory. Dungeon Master.
And the mists swirl up around you, new rogue. Can you roll me a d6?
Man, it's a 2.
Confidently lead us in the wrong direction.
There are the two
go.
mountainous hills in the distance, and there is the valley, the wooded valley in between them. And you remember those caves are in that valley. They start at a low point and they go lower. You're locked in on this.
I withdraw the sunblade. I was going to call it the sunlight sword. I withdraw it and I point it and I go, everybody to that valley down betwixt those mountains. Ah! Ah!
All right. Let's shake a leg, I guess.
Let's go, tip to taint. Woo!
Oh, you like that, huh?
I did.
Yeah. All right. You can keep it. You can have it.
We'll take a quick commercial break right there. You follow new rogue forwards into the edge of the woods, and then moving deeper, the foliage overhead nearly blocks out the sky. You can't see the mountains anymore. It shifts slowly, transitioning into murkier ground. There are more vines. The trees grow larger in body, and it takes on more of a swamp meets jungle feel as you move deeper until you hit a wall of foliage and trees and brush that is so dense that you cannot take your cockatrices any further. To continue, you would have to move on foot.
I'm going to get off Westra, pull her reins, and I'm just going to find a tree, and I'm going to be like, okay, girl, now I'm just going to tie you up around this tree here. I hope that's a good call, and I think everybody else maybe should too. And we'll be back for you, okay? Just don't turn into a zombie. That's my only ask. Oh, I thought I could understand you, but I'm actually going to need Jack Magnum's help for this again. It's been a minute. Yeah? And what does that mean? It would be better that I don't tie it up, because then it wouldn't be bitten in case there were zombies, and then it wouldn't turn into a zombie itself. Okay, that makes sense. Well, buddy, then I won't do it. Okay? Just have fun and don't eat poison or something. I don't know. Jack? I was just... has a creepy old back because she's old. Oh, yeah, she is really old. Okay. I love you both. Good.
She runs off into the woods.
Oh! Fuck.
Well, you could ride Deathstalker maybe. I think we bring
No.
Deathstalker with us.
I've turned to stone before. I don't want to...
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe you can double up on Jackson Triggs with me. Jackson Triggs, hiss. And I just point to the ground. I say, sit.
Jackson Triggs sits immediately.
What? Hey, hiss. Stay.
Jackson Triggs holds perfectly still.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. This is just the rapport that I've built with this bird. I don't know.
I had a rapport with Westra. Then it got fucked somehow. Like, I remember it was never supposed to, like, peck me, and then it pecked me that one time because it was scared.
That was fucked up, yeah.
And now it doesn't listen to me?
She, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She.
Maybe that's part of it.
Boss, what should I do with my bird?
I guess just tie up your bird next to where Tyler's bird is.
Okay.
All right.
Dr. Deputy goes over and ties up the bird to the giant tree.
All right. Rumple Foreskin, you think this is a little tight for you?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep going through this one, but I can keep a watch on these birds, and if stuff goes wrong, I'm pretty fast. I think the one bird's tied up, so they'll probably go for that first.
Sounds good.
Here, you can have my sending stone.
Rumple, don't you still have mine?
Yeah, I still got Del's. Unless, do you guys?
Oh,
yeah, I guess.
Well, then, Del, you take mine. I just figure you two want to stay in contact. I don't need to be the middleman between the two of you. That would just be, obnoxious. So, yeah, you two stay in touch.
Well, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so right now, New Rogue, Rumple Foreskin, and Del have the sending stones.
Yes.
Are you advancing further into the woods? Is there anything you say to each other before you move forward?
How much further do you think, New Rogue?
Oh, man, it's definitely not far at all. Just beyond the foliage, I'm pretty sure. 90% sure.
All right.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to use a sunblade, and I'm going to whack away at all this vinage.
When you look at the sunblade, there is the moon setting, which is where you're just holding the hilt of the blade right now. There is the half sun setting and the full sun setting. Are you turning it to either of the other settings, or are you just going to whack at things with the hilt?
No, I'm going to be cautious because I'm mature, and I'm going to turn it to half sun because that's half the power of the sun. And hopefully that burns away more foliage. Let's see what it does, baby. Here comes vines.
And you turn it to the halfway point, and this glowing this glowing blade of light grows out of the hilt lightsaber style until you can move forwards, hacking away with this blade. It's glowing, it's bright, but it's not, blinding you. It's not doing anything negative, and you are hacking away with this radiant light carving through foliage like a machete as you move forwards. Can you roll me a survival with advantage? to see the kind of pace you're making through this. The advantage is because you have your friends following you and also assisting with this.
Okay. Oh my God, that's 2 13s. So let me just add my buffer. That's survival, you say. Let's see how good I am at that. I am amazing at survival. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and with my stone of decent luck, that comes to a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Wow.
You are making incredible time as you walk through this. You're all expecting it to be. You're all hearing that sound, which means you will have disadvantage on the stealth roll I was about to have you make. But you're making excellent time through the woods, making your way forwards. The thing you are realizing as you go is you're seeing these strange pieces of bric-a-brac, these strange decorations. There are occasionally... The Blair Witch version would be the small twig figure that has been put together. These are large twig figure. They're human-sized pieces lashed together with vines, some of them hanging by their seeming necks, some of them by legs. Below some of them where you just see a vine rope that has been woven together, there are rotting carcasses underneath. There are other strange and menacing things. Can you all roll me a stealth check?
At disadvantage?
Disadvantage for new rogue. The other two of you can roll normally.
Oh, damn it. Damn it.
I love group stealth rolls because we're only as stealthy as our loudest guy, our loudest person. So I rolled a 21 for stealth.
I got a 14.
Well, I'm not using my shining silver dagger because it has to be my hand for the stealth buff. However, I rolled a 15. Pretty good.
15. You all are just making your way through the woods efficiently, effectively. You are trucking forwards as a group, hacking away, but you have seen these menacing structures, these figures around you that are clearly outside of the natural world. Is there any discussion you would want to have about those? Is there anything you would say to each other? You've been trekking into these jungle woods for about a half hour at this point on foot.
It'd be like, hey, what are those? What's up with this? Is everything? Are those bodies?
Yeah, it's creepy.
They're person shaped, but it looks like it's just bundles of sticks
Like
woven
evil
together.
artwork.
That could be evil, I guess.
What? Okay, yeah. I'm getting bad vibes off of this. Like it feels like a warning.
Yeah. You should
Yeah.
probably be careful. Here, and I'll produce the 2 healing potions that I have stashed in my billowing cloak of protective convenience. And I'll hand one out to Dell and one out to New Rogue and say, for you guys to use when you need them.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Thanks,
jeez. I'm going to
Tyler.
put this. Yeah. That's so sweet of you. I'm going to put it in my Tylenol bottle. Oh, it doesn't fit. It's too big. I'll just put it in my pouch. Okay. Healing potion. Very good.
And
And you guys stow those.
Yeah, I put mine away right next to the scroll. The scroll that I did not use on the cookies.
Oh yeah,
And
we
I'm
let
very,
that go.
very glad that I got
drink.
interrupted by owls, so I didn't have to sully my cookies.
So, I know I can't hear your thoughts, but that's not what the spell does. It does the opposite of that. That's very funny. I would also at this point, I think, ask Ivan to fly ahead through the thick of the jungle to scout for us as a bat.
Oh, hey, man. Yeah, I can totally do that.
Oh, thanks, Ivan.
Yeah, I'll say like a couple, like what I think I'm still in range from like 100-ish feet, something like
100 seems like our limit. If we had to put a number on it, we would probably say about 100 feet.
that. Yeah, I just wanted to remember because, sometimes I forget. I've been blasting off on long distance flights for so long. It'll be nice to stay close, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry that I kind of make you do all this stuff.
Oh, dude, that's like
you
my
can just
purpose.
chill out too. Right.
No, this is like what I do. I show up and I do a job, man. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, seems
long
like
as
you
you're
got
cool
stuff
with
you
it.
need doing, and then I'm here, and I do it till I get splatted, and then bam, back to the other place, and then bam, back here. It's a pretty good gig.
You're good with that.
Oh yeah, man. That's what I do.
Oh, okay. All right, man.
Otherwise, what would I do? Just sit around? This way I got like stuff to do.
I don't know. I guess maybe I've been thinking about it, and it's kind of like a Dr. Deputy extreme thing where it's like you just have like a very narrow and specific purpose, and I just want to make sure that, you know, are you a being with agency, or are you just, because I conjured you, you are what, enthralled to me? You just do what I tell you to do because that's your entire existence. And
I don't know, man. That's like a pretty big question. Like I thought I was just gonna fly ahead. Is this the experiment you were talking about, where you said you were gonna do like an experiment? Are you trying to like?
No. The experiment is going to be for when we get into a fight. I'm going to give you a weapon.
Oh man, that's gonna be nuts. Yeah, we'll try that. All right,
I
that's
need
what you
to
want
find
to
you a
do.
weapon. I've just got this sword, but yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a little big. I'm kind of tiny. Put me in the doll though. Put me in the doll. Give me a knife or something. I could do that. Otherwise, I don't know. I could drop something. If you got something you don't want to drop on them, you got something light.
Nothing too light. Here, check this out. And I just want to like mentally send to Ivan my plan, which is to kind of hold him in my hand, kind of have his wings folded up, so he's just like a little bat cylinder that I can kind of wrap my fingers around, hold him up to my face, facing outward, and take out that nose ring of dwarf changing that fucking magneted onto my face, and just hold him up between it so that it hits him and turns him into a dwarf. And then I can like give him a sword and stuff, and he can just be my dwarf buddy, Ivan.
Oh man, that's nuts. Yeah, man, I'll do that if that's what you want. That seems all right. Yeah,
I think it'll work. Yeah, we'll have to see. But I thought
check that to me too. Yeah, if you want to do it.
Well, I think right now you're in great shape to be flying through all this.
Oh yeah,
bullshit. Yeah.
This is what like this body's meant for, man. I can corner like nobody's business up in here.
Well, cool, man. Yeah, let me know what's up. These stick figure tokens, markers, I don't know. They're freaking us all out. What do you make of it?
Oh man, I don't know. They seem kind of weird.
Okay, yeah. So just
I don't like it. It seems bad. It doesn't seem good.
It seems like kind of like keep off the grass kind of stuff, and we are actively hacking through the grass. So just keep an eye out for anybody moving through the jungle or moving
I
around,
gotta be big enough to move those
ambush
sticks.
us.
Yeah, this seems bad. All right, I'll see if I spot him. Are you going to be looking with me, or you want me to just like give you a shout?
I think if you ping me, that'd be better. I'll try to keep my senses here, and I'll be counting on you to let me know if you see anything. Okay.
Cool, man. Yeah, I can do that. All right.
Thanks, Ivan.
Let's do this. He just swoops off.
All right. Hell yeah. It's like the most effort I've heard from Ivan ever. Let's do this. Oh shit.
So Ivan is flying ahead for you as you continue through the woods. Can you all roll me a stealth roll? I will give you all advantage for this because of Ivan up ahead telling you if there's something in your path. It's not the same.
With advantage, that is another 21.
I will remind you, Del, I need to know if you roll
I just rolled a 15. I've been checking.
Cool.
So I rolled a 15, which means I have to re-roll and take a lower.
I should also be rolling with disadvantage, so I apologize. That's my
It's all right. You're very handsome. You never need to be sorry. You're so handsome.
You're right. Thank you. That's very true, and I have no additional feelings about that. Stealth. So then I guess I would use the let's just do disadvantage. So it's a dirty 20. Thankfully, I rolled a 16 and a 17, so I'm safe for now. But for future stealth rolls, I will remember.
With advantage, that's a dirty 21.
Great.
And
so
I rolled really good, and then it went back to really bad. So I rolled a 6 altogether.
Ooh.
Bad luck cookie.
So you are all making your way forwards, moving carefully, Ivan up ahead, not pinging you. And that's when you hear a throaty growl that is a low bass, far lower than can be made from a human frame. The kind of sound that is made by large predators that triggers our human brains to go into an instinctive fear state. Can you all roll me perceptions? I will say at disadvantage for Tyler and Del, Not for you, New Rogue, because you don't have enough experience in this world to necessarily know what's scary yet.
Oh, thank God.
You also keep thinking monsters are on your team and could be won over.
Is that somebody's tummy rumbling right now?
Oh man.
Oh, no,
Disadvantage, Ryan?
Disadvantage.
Correct. For fear.
And I just get regular, not advantage.
Yep.
Okay.
You get regular.
And was it
guy.
perception?
Yep. Perception.
It's a 9.
I also got a 9.
An 11.
You are all standing there in absolute terror, unsure what's going on, except for New Rogue, who thinks maybe somebody's tummy is rumbling. And New Rogue, you look down and see Jack Magnum shivering, going,
What's up, buddy? And then I just... Oh no.
Stepping out of the jungle around you from either side and with a third from behind are large, bigger than people, 15-foot tall dinosaurs. We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
No.
Dinosaur!
I need you all to roll me initiative.
What? Why? Poor K.
9.
I think I've also got 9. Ooh. I do. I rolled a 9.
Del, come on, Del.
So,
come on.
just so you know, Ryan, if you do want to intercede on any of my rolls at any point, just say so. But my normal roll, I got a dirty 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
so who's first?
Let me roll for some other people and we will find out.
Oh. Oh, boy. Dinosaurs.
And just like that, we can make a baby dinosaur.
Hello. Hello. That's it. That's it.
Come on, then. Come on, then. All right, Ryan, kill us.
Improbably, the doctor deputy is the first to act, and he looks up at you, Adele, and says, "What do I do, boss?" And he holds action until your turn. So you can tell the doctor deputy what to do, and you can do whatever you want to do. But Del, you have a brief moment to act before all of these dinosaurs close in.
So when I'm afraid, I just panic sometimes and just my first instinct may not be the best instinct, but it just is what it is. So I jump out in front of everybody. All these dinosaurs are looking down, and I have the reality blade, and I start swooshing it around in the air and turning in circles, and I'm almost like ribbons, rainbow colored ribbons. And I'm like, "Oh, dinosaurs, only look at me. I'm the only thing here. Everyone else should run away. You can't see anyone else. It's just me. Hi, dinosaurs." And I cast Enthrall. So they have to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh my God. Okay, so they have to make wisdom saving throws or only be able to see you. How mechanically does this work?
It says if they fail to save, the targets have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks to perceive any creature other than you.
Okay. Let's find out.
Holy smokes.
First roll is an 18.
Oh, that one passes.
The next roll is a 5.
That's fail.
The third roll is an 8.
The fail. So 2 of them can only see me, or they have to do wisdom perception checks.
Oh,
If you are... So the dinosaurs, if we were saying they'd attacked from the south, east, and west, with the north being where Ivan had flown ahead, just for the sake of this combat. But are you at the front of the group? Are you the most southward? Or are you kind of in the center of the group? I just want to picture exactly where you are relative to them. The dinosaurs have appeared about 30 feet away. So 30 feet to the east, 30 feet to the west, 30 feet to the south.
I think I'm going to go towards the south. So I want to be where I'm in front of the party, facing the 3 dinosaurs.
Great. So you've got the southward, the one facing you head on, and you've got the one from the east, which would be technically all of your left at this point. They are both turning to you, and you can see Tyler and New Rogue. You can see the same patterns Della's tracing reflecting in their eyes unnaturally, as though they were watching that pattern, and they both turned their full attention to her. Is there anything you tell the doctor? Oh, you told him to run. Dr. Dippy goes, okay, boss. And he just fucking books it. He books it north, away from combat.
Yes. And then with my bonus action, I will give Tyler Bardic Inspiration. So it's like just part of my singing around dancing. Everybody run, Tyler run, really good stuff. Dinosaurs.
It's becoming a singing bard, which is fun.
Yeah.
The Dr. Deputy rolls a 4 for his stealth. So you're watching him stomp loudly, yelling, oh, we got to run. We got to run because the boss said to run. Everybody run. They got to pay attention to the boss. Just screaming and stomping into the woods. The others are standing with you. And that is the point where 2 of the dinosaurs that you have entranced both charge towards you and attack.
Yeah.
The one from directly in front of you. It rolls a 23 to hit.
It really hits.
Will hit. You will suffer.
These are Bronchiosaurus, right? Like this is they're just going to tap you with their tail or something.
This is 8 slashing damage from this dinosaur as it charges forwards and claws at you. These have slightly longer, not quite T-Rex arms. It's a little bit of like a size up if you're looking at the average between kind of a... If you were to make a Velociraptor evolve in a Pokemon sense, this is the next evolution of a Velociraptor, seemingly lunging forward. So it lashes out and deals you 8 points of damage, and I need you to roll me a strength saving throw.
Okay. Now, if I'm going to use a reaction, does that come before or after that saving throw?
What the reaction theoretically, if it came before the attack, then it would matter. Is it after the attack or when
It's
does the
after
reaction?
the attack? Yeah.
After the attack. What are the mechanical rules for it? I need to know exactly what it is because
I'm going to try, if I can, do Hellish Rebuke on the dinosaur.
That will be after this because this all rolls into one attack. So can you roll me? It's not 2 separate abilities because it charged 30 feet. Essentially, you're looking at the full weight of this monster coming at you.
Great. And was that a strength saving throw?
Yes, strength saving throw.
Okay, it's a 14.
Great. 14. That will pass. So you manage to maintain and stay on your feet and you Hellish Rebuke. So what does that look like? And mechanically, how does that work?
Hellish Rebuke is basically that as this dinosaur attacks me, I'm like, Lucretia, help! And then fire just shoots out from the ground and hands of demons claw at the creature.
That's right.
Yep. And the mist swirls around you. Can you roll me a d6?
It's a 6.
It's a 6. It will land. It is a crit, so you will get to roll double damage for this Hellish Rebuke. As you can feel, Lucretia is ready and waiting, on call, perhaps for the true name of Adam McNamara and a vial of blood. Not that anyone else would know, but she is ready to lash out and does so, fueled by the mists, letting her part the veil into this realm slightly more than normal.
Perfect. And I was planning to cast it 2nd level, so I took a 2nd level spell slot on it, which just means it does more damage. So it will do a lot of damage.
Yep.
Okay, so that is 11. And then this is the double damage. And the double damage is 10, 10, and 1. So 11, 12, 20, 31 damage. 32 damage.
32 damage. Okay, you deal 32 damage as the power and fury of hell lashes out at this brutal, upgraded Velociraptor dinosaur.
Hell yeah.
That is a lot of damage, no question. It is heavily burnt and torn, but still up and battling.
Oh, no.
And the next dinosaur lashes out from the side as you realize these are pack hunters working together, which is why Ivan couldn't spot them. They had come around and not moved from the front.
They're clever.
Circles in behind you will get to attack with advantage. That is I am so sorry. That is a nat 20 for the second dinosaur charging from the side. It will do you.
Oh, man.
12 slashing damage from this massive claws as it hurls towards you, raking down the side of you. And I need you to roll me a strength saving throw. Only unfortunately, you won't be rolling because your misfortune strikes. I'm going to take the 9 off of your list.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So
And my
you roll a
strength
9.
is
What is your saving?
+0.
+0. You fall to the ground and suffer an immediate bite attack as this dinosaur pins you to the ground. It rolls a 15.
15. My AC is 14.
So it will hit. Oh no. And it will do you. That's a lot of damage. Do you? It will do 18 piercing damage as it lunges down and bites into your shoulder. So you feel the teeth sink into kind of partially at the edges of your neck and deep into your torso, puncturing through your armor. Del, do you make any sounds in particular as you are attacked, distracting these monsters from the group, now pinned down beneath 2 apex predators, as far as you know, with fangs sinking into your body?
Yeah, it's a whole display because within moments it's like, I'm doing song, the dinosaurs, fire, and then more bites, and me be like, oh no, dinosaurs, and then goes quiet as I'm unconscious.
Oh, man.
Tyler and New Rogue, you have both watched Del step in front of this group, yell at you to run. They will only be able to see her, and in less than 3 seconds, she is stomped into the ground by 2 dinosaurs that are currently feasting on her body.
Oh, God.
There's a question of can you save her, and perhaps the bigger question is, can you save yourselves? And we'll find out next episode. Holy.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumbdumbdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.